Good. Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about the robustness of distance education. I've started a timer because I know what Tom's like, and also I'm gastering with beer because I think if you can't do it now, when can you do it? So my talk is the robustness of distance education. I want to stress, if any of you have been reading the Brian Lamb, George Siemens thing, I'm not an EdTech thought leader, okay? So let's just get that out of the way straight up. So here's my hypothesis. The internet is designed to be robust, and many of those same sort of design principles are found in distance education. And actually, that's pretty much my entire talk. So you can leave now if you want, but that's it. I'm going to try and drag it out to 5 minutes. I want Tom to tell me off. So what does the pandemic reveal about fragility in the current education system? It's based on bringing people to one location, often the campus or the school. There are these kind of real crunch points, exams, when if they don't happen, things break down. All aspects are co-located. So you have the library, tuition, labs, lectures, all in the same place. And it's often reliant on other fragile systems, such as entry exams, if you want to go into higher education. So thinking about the design of the internet, it was designed to be a kind of robust, resilient system. So it was designed to be open, so you could hook up any device to it. It was designed to be distributed, so it wasn't just based in one place. It was designed to be decentralized, so there was no kind of one central controller. So if one piece becomes knocked out, the rest can kind of carry on. And so my argument is that online open distance ed kind of has some of these principles, not all of them. And this meme was going around on Twitter the other day. But I'm not trying to say actually the Open University has got all this stuff sorted, because we've been dealing with some of the issues too. But I think potentially distance education does have some of this stuff in place. So I'm going to take those characteristics of the internet and think about them. So openness. So if you have open resources, they can easily be remixed and modeled by others when there's a crisis. And we've seen that quite a lot recently. So suddenly MOOCs that you can't adapt or change aren't as useful as being able to take other people's content and repurpose it for your teaching. Open entry, like as we are at the OU, so you don't need to rely on A-levels, anyone can come in. Open source software, self-hosted, you're not relying on other companies to give you access. And open access resources, you can have unlimited access to those. Distributed, so the way we have, we'll call associate lecturers, which are kind of part-time tutors. Students are academics potentially, although not always. And our support staff are kind of all distributed around the country, so they're not reliant on being in one place together. And similar to that, decentralized. We have centres in all of the nations, so it can be international, but also it's very team-based. It's not based around one person. So if one person becomes ill or incapacitated, it doesn't mean the whole course breaks down. It's asynchronous largely, so that allows a lot of student flexibility. Although I do take Miles' point about the emotional impact of synchronous, but that means it gives students some flexibility in their lives. They haven't got to be online from 9 to 5 every day. And often it's less exams based, just partly that's the way it's been structured, which means you remove one of those kind of crunch points in the system. Oh Christ, I'm not going to use up all my time. Okay, good. Resilience. So before it became a crap term about people talking about grit and those kind of things, resilience was a term used in ecology to talk about how populations can survive or not kind of changes in the environment. And these people wrote a paper about applying that to other things. So latitude is the sort of the amount of variation you can take in your population before it can't recover. Resistance is how resistant to change it is. Precarious is how close it is to collapse. And panicky are changes above and below it. So you could say COVID-19 is like a panarchic effect, if you like. And I wrote a paper with Terry Anderson, and we came up with this term of digital resilience and trying to think about how you could think about these things in terms of higher education's response to digital challenges. But you could also think of it as a way of modelling, and you can score against these 4 aspects. And I think distance education will score well. So when this is all over, I think we need, if it's all over ever, we need to examine critical points in our higher education system, and out of that, to try and develop more robust systems. So I think we'll end up, I'm not saying everyone's going to become distance education, but certainly lots of people are coming to the Open University currently trying to get advice on how to set up that, but to have these kind of more robust systems that don't have these fragile points that we've kind of overlooked for so long in them. And I'm going to talk slowly, so Tom, so I can be tweeted. So here are some references. Brian's great piece, which is it. I got it. I got the shout out, and I'm done.
Well done, Mark.